Welcome, reading number 2. You chose Chrysoprase. Chrysoprase, I believe it's called. This is the only real piece of Chrysoprase I have. It was actually on a piece of jewelry that someone made for me. So I'm going to put that right there so you can kind of see it. All right. And also, I apologized earlier. I'm out of candles right now, and I'm trying to. I was going to put like a lamp out, and they said, no, we're just going to do natural lighting today. So maybe I'll go in a little bit to give you guys. And of course, the sun's been out, and now it's. So I'm going to see if I can get in there a little bit. Okay. So let's read about where your intentional energy should go over this next moon phase. Okay. I just realized I spelled it wrong in my head. Okay. So if you chose Chrysoprase, I'm feeling like you need to see the word. Also, that's tiger's eye right there. Bam. Right next to that. I'll put some pretty little ones down here. Okay. I'm overdoing it. Okay, so your keywords are fertility, love, compassion, truth, and uplifting. Chrysoprase helps open the heart center and allows you to feel the presence of divine unconditional love. You are entering a fertile period that will enable you to creatively express your true nature in a loving and compassionate way. Through this, you will give birth to new ideas that reflect and align with your true essence. All you would love to create, manifest, and achieve is now possible, provided that you remain true to yourself. Listen to what your heart is saying. Be guided by your intuition, and you will create the success and fulfillment you so rightly deserve. Many wondrous experiences are in store for you. Yay! Reading 2, yay! I'm like, there's been so much darkness, and I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, there's been a lot of darkness out there, right? It's been really intense. So, yay, I'm glad that you're feeling this energy right now. Okay, so what I'm getting from Spirit right now is, so for your intentional energy, like where to put your focus is your creative over this time. Well, just because a lot of people are going through some dark, heavy stuff does not mean everybody is. You know, if you're a happy person and you're in a happy relationship, you may be going through some stuff, right? We're all going through something. That's what these eclipses do. That's what this darkness does. This, even the shadow and the Mercury retrograde. In real time, it's May 4th, right? May the 4th be with you, by the way. But not everybody is feeling the shit show energy. If you have aligned yourself with some really happy energy and joyful energy, ride the wave. You know, there are other people who are going through heavier things because, you know, energetically, astrologically, there's a lot going on in the planet, and it's going to affect everybody differently. But I'm hearing, you know, stick with your creative. Like, you got it. Okay, so let's see. Do you want to pull? We are going to be pulling from the 4 Agreements cards, but we're also pulling cards from the Answer is Simple deck. And I went to pull your cards from the 4 Agreements, and I actually heard to pull from the Answer is Simple. So in this Chrysoprase energy, I'm going to back this up a little bit. Here, hold on. Interesting how the lighting changed. Were you guys, I thought I hit pause. If I didn't, I'm sorry. Anyway, number 1, get over yourself. This is about ego. So don't let ego get in the way of your creativity. Also, I'm hearing when it says get over yourself, it's also to say that maybe you are trying to be something you're not. And Spirit's saying we were each given our own blueprint, especially artistically. So for you to try and emulate another artist, or to, you know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to lend a creative vibe from somebody else into, you know, your artistry, but it's also not healthy if you're like, oh, that's really cool, I want to try that, but it's not working, or you're trying to, you know what I mean? They're saying sometimes it's better just to go back to basics. So I don't know who that message was for, but that was definitely, you know, being mindful of your ego, and also not flaunting it around in terms of, whoop, you may have some people in your energy, in your path, in your circles that is not having such a great time. they're saying it's not that you need to hold back who you are, but you also don't need to like go over the top. And because I am hearing for some of you, you're like, wow, everybody else is having a shit show right now on this eclipse, and I'm doing great. Like I'm doing great. My artists, I'm like I'm flowing creatively. Everything's good. I'm in this 6 energy. I feel great. They're saying be mindful of that, right? Because not that anything's going to happen, but it's you just never know. So they're kind of just saying it's cool to pat yourself on the back because you're working hard and all that's good stuff. But they're also saying don't lose yourself in the music, the moment, like Eminem. Don't get so lost in it and your own reflection. Or even for some of you, I'm hearing that when I said that, I literally saw like some of you, maybe you're like ignoring other people or you're not like taking any time away from this creative, energy. And they're saying you need to breathe too. Go out, take a walk, get some fresh air, take a break. Don't just don't put all your eggs in one basket is what I'm hearing energetically, because you don't want to be like run, and then all of a sudden you're like holy shit, and you hit that brick wall and you're like, oh my god, I'm so exhausted, I'm so tired, and you're like sleeping for 2 days, and that weekend that you wanted to go and do fun stuff, you're like exhausted and you just don't have the energy. So I'm just hearing really pace yourself. Also, speak with love, number 32, which is interesting because I was just talking about 6, and 6 is great after that hardship of 5, but speak with love. I apologize for the lighting in here. I mean, you get the drift, or the gist, I guess. So speak with love. My eyes keep coming back to this tiger's eye too, so you might want to work with the tiger's eye right now. It's good for protection, especially, I'm hearing don't share too much of your creative stuff either. I hear that you get really excited and you want to share things with people, and that's cool. Like, that's great. But you don't want to share so much that like you're, like they said, putting too much eggs in one basket and giving it all away. Also, I don't know about you guys, but my eyes keep going back to that Chrysoprase card, and I keep seeing different imagery. It's really cool. Let's see. Do we want to hear anything from the 4 agreements yet? Okay, I want to keep going with the answer is simple. Interesting. We went the opposite direction with the last reading. So let's see. Any more messages from the answer is simple deck? And for some of you, if you are drawn to more than one pile, they're saying, yes, go look at that other pile after this one. Okay. Again, not going to be for everybody, but give yourself the best, number 58, which is also the number 13, but we got another 5 there, and 8s are about infinity. Give yourself the best. I'm going to put that over the ego. You can still take really good care of yourself, right? Without overdoing it. Okay, let's see. Number 37, clean up your mess. So for some of you who are artists, if you work in a common space or a common area or something like that, I'm hearing like literally for some of you, this is like clean up your mess. And also for some of you, I'm hearing it's time to completely, like I'm picturing somebody like pulling things out of the closets, taking everything off the tables, in your creative space, and completely like, do I use this anymore? Do I want this? And if you have a pendulum and you know how to use one, I would highly recommend using your pendulum to help you when you're getting rid of stuff. I like doing that because, sometimes our ego, right, is like, no, I need that. Or I'm, and sometimes you don't, and you can donate it. There's a lot of places where you can donate art supplies, or you can donate, clothing or whatever. You can donate an old lawnmower. Some of you, maybe you want to clean out the garage, or it's time to, get in that garden and clean up the mess. Look at them raking there. So clean up the mess. But yeah, for some of you, I feel like maybe you share a space with somebody creatively, and they're saying, Messy Marvin, come on, that's not really cool. Okay, so now we're moving on to the 4 agreements. And the first one is be impeccable with your word. So this is an oracle deck, but it comes from the 4 Agreements book by Don Miguel Ruiz. And if you've never read the book, I highly recommend you do so. And if you are wanting to get an oracle deck, a new oracle deck, or maybe you're brand new to this, you don't have to be a practicing medium to work with cards, right? You can get certain decks that you could just grab, maybe for a daily message of inspiration or whatever. This is a great one because it covers the 4 agreements. They all have at the top, like whatever agreement it is. But then there's also a lot of really good information and advice. The fact that we're talking about creativity, And this person is playing guitar. I'm also hearing, obviously, music. For those of you, you know, dust off that guitar, dust off the piano, dust off those pipes, right? Like, it's like, create a beautiful dream. It's time. And look at that. Look at the birds are like, we want to sing with you too. Chirp, chirp. Listen, can you hear the birds? Now watch. Now they're stopping. But they were, if you heard them. There they go. Me, 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 me. Birds, 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 birds. So for singers, this feels like my creative pile. You could be a painter, you know, a chef, whatever it is. It says your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. Impeccability of the word only creates beauty, love, and heaven on earth. So yes, be impeccable with your word, right? Don't say it if you don't mean it, especially if you're saying something in anger, you know, and you may feel very self-righteous in that moment, right? Going back to that get over it card underneath, give yourself the best, right? It's like you may feel very, and rightly so, you know, maybe they did fuck up. Maybe they did piss you off. Maybe, you know, but that doesn't mean that you get to be the judge, jury, and executioner of how that goes down. You know what I mean? Sometimes we got to take, you know, just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, medicine go down, medicine go down, right? So, you know, you get a lot more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. Okay, and then this, I don't know if it's your last message, but definitely last of this one. The next agreement is always do your best. Take action on your ideas. What were we just saying? We're talking about creative, right? So if you've been thinking about it, take action now. And also, I love how it's like their arms are out wide, but it kind of looks like their head is like, you know, the iris or the eye, you know, in the eyeball, whatever you want to call it, right? So it's like, it's about seeing it from the way you see it, not what you think others, you know, again, who cares what anybody else thinks? This is about you. Take action on your ideas. And it says doing your best means to take action. You can have many great ideas in your head, but without action upon an idea, there will be no manifestation, no results, and no reward. Right? It's like you could be the most talented musician. You could be the most talented artist. You could be the most talented medium, right? You could be the most talented of anything. But if you are not out there doing it, you know, if you're that person that's like, I can sing that, or I can do that, or blah, blah, blah. Well, the person that you're actually hearing the music or watching them on a cooking show or whatever are doing it. So this is your, you know, whenever you watch this, they're timeless, of course, but this is in the waxing crescent energy where we're setting the intentions. But the next moon phase is the first quarter moon, and that's about taking action. So maybe right now, whatever resonated within you, like whatever, you know what it is, what came up in your mind, what came up in your thoughts when spirit was, you know, putting all these energies at you. Whatever it is, this is what you'll need to take action on, right? But doing it over the first quarter moon energy, like maybe give yourself a few days to think about it. I mean, you could start today. That's great. But if not, you know, give yourself a little time. First quarter moon is, hold on, let me get my calendar. So the first quarter moon is Monday on the 9th. So today is Wednesday, the 4th in real time. So whenever you watch this, of course, but also, oh yeah, Mother's Day is on Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to the mothers out there. But then this is a kind of a, what do they call it? A persnickety whippet or whatever. Because tomorrow's Cinco de Mayo for those who celebrate, but then we've got on Sunday is Mother's Day, Monday's first quarter moon, and then on Tuesday the 10th is the first day of Mercury going retrograde. And then the weekend after that is that full lunar eclipse. So yeah, utilize this energy right now. And also talk to God. Number 11. For some of you, if you're like, am I really that gifted? Should I start that spiritual practice? Should I get more creative with my spiritual practice? Yes. But we can talk to God / goddess creator, you know, anytime we want. They're always there. They're always listening. They're always looking out for us. So definitely, you know, ask for help, ask for guidance. If nothing came up during this reading, then go meditate. Right now I feel like Spirit's been trying to get us to really amp up our meditations because it's just so Looney Tunes out there. So make sure that if you're, you know, Take some time to get quiet and get still. And also look at this, number 44, stick with it. You know, don't just do something and be like, oh, well, I tried it for a weekend and it didn't work. They're like, no, you got to stick with it. You got to keep going. You got to keep climbing that mountain. I'm trying to get a better lighting for you guys, right? You got to keep climbing the mountain. And for them, it's like they're climbing, it looks like a tree, a really tall, high tree. But stick with it, because Spirit's saying if you stick with it, you will be so excited at the end. And I'm hearing for some of you, just at least until the end of May. Just give yourself the month of May, you know, or whenever you watch this, you know, the month. Give yourself a month. It's the 4th right now. You could just take it now, but you know what I'm saying? Like, give yourself at least a month. Do something with this creative energy every day for a month. See how it changes you. See how it changes the way you look at yourself and others. It's really important for you to stick with it. They're really serious about that. Number 62, look at that. Share your gifts. Exactly. We each have our own individual gifts, whatever they are. And look at food came up again. So maybe some of you are foodies. Maybe you cook for your friends, your family, and people are like, man, your food's so good. Spirit's like, yeah, start a little food truck, you know? Maybe try and get with a really good company, like an organic company or a good natural, health-minded company. Maybe you make like the best granola bars anyone's ever had, but you're like, that's the only thing I really make. Well, see if you can, you know, set up a meeting with some company that does something like that and see if they'll purchase your recipe, or, you know what I mean? There's just literally endless amounts of opportunities for you right now that I'm getting from Spirit. All of you guys, your gifts are so different, and they're so powerful and wonderful, and nobody has your gifts, and you were literally put here to share them. So if you don't share them, it's Spirit's kind of like, well, then what are you doing? Why are you here? Look at this, number 45, invest in your spirit. Yes, number 45, which is also the number 9. 62 was share your gifts. That was 8. Look at that. Stick with it is 44, is 8. And didn't we have an 8 back here? I feel like we had, yeah, we had the 58, the 5 and the 8. That's really powerful. And then what is this one back here? We've got 5 and we got 37, 10. So yeah, like you guys you're getting so close. Like you're so close to it, and Spirit's like, don't give up now. I know I've been putting out a lot of this. It seems like I'm putting out a lot of the same little shorts everywhere, but it's because these are the messages. They're just trying to be your biggest cheerleader. Okay, they're saying, I'm going to put this here. Invest in your spirit. Take action on your ideas and invest in your spirit. Sometimes we do have to, you know, do you ever hear that saying, you got to spend money to make money? It's the truth. You know, it's like, it's what they were saying before. It's like, you can sit at home all day, whatever, but nothing's going to happen. It's like, if you keep putting your money into, like, maybe you're that person that buys a $5 latte every day and you're like, I don't know why, I just don't have any money. They're like, well, add up how much you know, like, go through, like, right now, look at that, bloom and prosper. And they want me to back up so you can see gifts, because you are a gift. But they're like saying, if you share your gifts, you are going to bloom and prosper. But you do have to invest some time and some energy and some finances for some of you into it. Like maybe you're a massage therapist, but you don't have a table. Well, you need a table, right? You can't rely on your clients to have the table unless you rent space somewhere and they have tables. You know, it's like they just want you to start thinking about things logically. Like, how can you, whenever the car goes by, I take that as a reason, right? And let go of like this like third dimensional thinking of like, where's the money going to come from? But don't. Just like think about it. Think about what you want, put it out into the universe, and then see how the universe responds in kind. I know for myself, I was like trying to make a decision for something that's I hope will happen in like the next 5 or 6 weeks. But I realized that like right now, how can I even like put my energy there when I need to invest my energy right now and today? So Spirit's saying, don't think so far ahead. You really need to think about what's happening right now, what you can do right now. In order for you to bloom and prosper, what gifts do you need to share? And I heard you have people who believe in you too. So maybe you have like a client, a regular client that you're like, hey, can you invest in me? and set up, go to them with a plan, like a real plan, like how you're going to pay them back monthly, weekly, or however it's going to be. I'll send you $5 a week, until blah, blah, blah. Can we, ask for help. Ask for help. Maybe you want to bring, if you are somebody who has like food or music or something, it's like, then go and say, I need some recording equipment. Or I need to, this is how much it's going to cost to record this track, and then share it with people and say, this is what I'm trying to accomplish. If they believe in you, they will have no problem investing in you, but you have to invest in yourself first. You have to put the energy out there, even if it's just the energy and not finances. You have to do the meditations, like you have to do it. Nobody else is going to do it for you. All right, Spirit, do we want to pull any more cards for this pile? Oh, excuse me, reading. I got to get used to that. Nope, that's it. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. And if you'd like to have more detailed guided direction on your particular story, all of my information is in the description box below. You can email me at themagicalmedium@gmail.com if you'd like a recorded reading, or it's more economical to go that way. Or if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, my rates are below. And if you'd just like to donate to the channel. And also, I like to put in reading recommendations if you're new here. So there's always fun little pearls in there for you. Okay. So until the next reading, take really good care of yourselves and each other during this massive eclipse retrograde energy. I love you so much. Blessed be. Aho.